Hello, 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 once again, lads, and lassies, and we are here with another episode of Made in Abyss. Now, I'm not going to promise that I will be watching multiple episodes, because that's what I said last episode, and it ended up going in a much more interesting direction than I thought it would. I kind of thought it would end openly, in the sense of like, alright, so like, we did this, like, oh no, then this happens, and now next episode. I kind of thought I was going to do that, but no. Kind of end on a close note. And if you hear that fan going off in a little bit, in a sense of like it starts getting louder or faster, I'm sorry. It is 102 degrees right now, and these lamps aren't making it any easier. So if you see me just kind of like stand up and just pull one of the things, and it goes faster, and you can kind of hear it on the mic, I'm sorry about that. I'm trying to make it like go on medium speed right now, and I don't think it picks up on the mic. But if it goes up any faster than that, it might pick up. It's very hot. But yeah, my name is Josh, and this is episode 10 of Made in Abyss. Now we have including this one, 4 episodes left. And I don't know where it's going to go. I kind of thought phase 3, no, not phase 3, area 3 would be, would take longer in the sense of like the pacing of the show. Usually like we spend a couple episodes in these areas, but last episode, we're done with it. So now we are in the goblets of giants. The goblets of giants, I think, yeah. And who knows? Are we gonna find a giant? Are we gonna fight a giant? Or is that just because like the goblets are ginormous? Who knows? There's only one way to find out, and that's by checking out this episode of Made in Abyss. Yeah, I just turned up that fan. It is too hot in here.
150 meters, I think.
Man, when it comes to binging this series, I wish there was I wouldn't do it because of full length, but I wish there was a button to skip these recaps and the intro. Just good, like, I want to see the new stuff.
It seems fine, just hot water. Although,
Man, I don't want anything to do with hot water. I just want something cold.
Hey, Red, let's go.
Red kind of seems out of it.
And ascending in the 4th layer will make you bleed out of every part of your body. It truly is a curse. If Rico were to
every part?
Something like that.
New art. So this is where the rabbit. This is when the rabbit comes in, eh? I've been wondering because like we see the rabbit in the OP and the ED, and we're 10 episodes in.
Section of the 3rd layer had those spiky egg things, right? What is it? A creature? Or a white whistle?
It only seems to start moving whenever we
The bunny.
talk.
Whee! Whee! That is so useful. That's such a cheat. That sense, it's back. Oh wait, this is different. It's a crocodile. Okay, maybe it's like a more of a, I don't know, porcupine than a crocodile.
More than 100 cave raiders have already been killed by these things.
I didn't
Damn,
know
book it, Reg.
close.
There goes the backpack.
Back. I thought I dodged that one.
So it's fast.
It predicted my path.
They could say the future.
Not good.
Oh, come on.
So here, try to use the scaled umbrella.
Okay,
The
this is
scaled umbrella. Recoil anything that's bigger than itself. It's interesting thing.
didn't work, Rico. We need
It
to
hit
try to
her,
make our way over
didn't
toward the
it?
Blaze Reap.
Yep. And now the poison kicks in.
The poison.
And then the bunny saves her.
To constrict it.
Rico, this is gonna hurt a bit.
Ah!
How can I save her? The Blaze Reap is...
I don't think they're gonna do that.
It's already submerged. Even
They
if I
lost
had
it already?
Rico can't go and get it like this. It's our only option.
I like this monster is really
Predict our
cool.
movements. We can't just run from it.
Oh, so
Pain and bleeding throughout her body.
bleed the poison out. Such a cool design. Yippee! Damn, they lost the pickaxe. That's such a useful tool too. Opens eyes, blood starts pouring out. There's the poison, or there's
It
the...
might be that the curse would cause the poison to be expelled from the body first before your blood.
Oh, okay. I kind of said it, alright.
The bleeding and
Oh!
I'll be in this new thing. After
Oh!
poison's out, stop the bleeding.
Oh, that's this. Oh. How do you stop the
Blood won't
bleeding?
stop coming out of her.
Oh!
It's gotten so bloated.
Oh!
Is it hurting you? Please say something.
That's disgusting. Oh.
Cut it.
Are they actually gonna do it?
If you can't do it, I will die.
Oh, God, I'm on. Oh, he's supposed to be lightweight, right?
I'm gonna have to break the bone first.
That knife is not meant for cutting like that.
Let this happen.
If only I'd
Ugh.
been a better shield. This is no time to cry. The more I hesitate, the more Rico suffers.
Oh, this is gonna be. Oh, this is gonna be terrible. Cause that knife is not meant.
There it goes.
I understand when my friend said it gets a lot more intense in these last few episodes. Ah!
Don't you dare go and leave me behind. Hurry. I've gotta hurry.
Oh, it's. Oh, God, the swollen. It's so disgusting. I guess at least you can't feel it. Oh no, new monsters. I think we call those mosquitoes. I can't tell if she's not breathing or if that's just anime. Alright, she's not breathing.
She's not breathing. Rico. Rico.
Man,
Hold on.
there's the bunny.
Girl there, her heart is still beating, just so you know. Wouldn't it be best to hear how we can go about saving her?
What?
Yeah, that's probably
Rico.
that arm.
This is quite bad.
One problem solved. The backpack, don't forget that. And the backpack's been forgotten. Oh well. We got more important things to worry about.
The curse isn't present right now. But if we don't hurry, then her whole body will swell up just like her arm.
The curse isn't present.
What's all this?
It's a lot of
cave raiding
pickaxes.
doing here? And those
Wait.
whistles.
Oh, they said hundreds have already died
Who
to
are you
the
exactly?
thing. So is she like,
I
The
suppose I never
cleanup
did tell
crew?
you my name.
or is she a cave raider that got hit with the curse?
You may call me Nanachi. I am a hollow.
Next episode. Next episode.
Giving birth to the blooms of a new spring.
I really like Ozen's narration. I want to go back and just like listen to it. Like I want to read it. Like just have a paragraph, like a wall of text. I love her narration. What she says, it sounds so profound.
You
And again, I would appreciate the skip recap button.
Properly introduce myself.
Her hut looks like a face.
What is this?
It looks like the face of the thing that ate Rico, actually. That she cut open. Kind of looks a little bit like that. So she's like a collector of the dead's
Who are you exactly?
belongings. Like I guess she's like a scavenger.
I suppose
Really?
I never did tell you my name.
This episode's actually named after her, so I wonder if we're going to see her full
You're known as a
backstory.
hollow?
So you've never heard anything about us. Ah, well.
Well, the only person that probably would look like, or the only person that probably would know anything about her is currently passed out.
Nanachi.
When it's not possible to give orally, you have to use the other end.
Oh, I don't.
This guy.
First, remove the bone fragments and then stitch up the blood vessels and flesh. Oh look, this white thing right here is a nerve. A number of them were severely damaged. It's a good thing she passed out on you.
Yeah, right? So she's like a doctor. Very talented. Ugh.
She must be an extraordinary girl. If the part past the elbow is left intact, then it totally changes what one can do when cave raiding. She was still determined to press on. I was watching every move you made, or I wouldn't have been there to treat the orb piercer's poison.
So you were there? Even when that thing attacked us?
That's
By
right.
the way, here's your umbrella.
And listening.
Or not your. By the way, here's your pickaxe.
Let me present you to my cute little Mitty.
Average cat owner.
What's that?
This child is also a hollow.
What?
Have you heard the perils of ascending from the 6th layer?
I was told it causes the
Ah.
loss of humanity. You're not... You don't look anything like that.
Well, yeah. There's a reason for that, you see.
I went
I'm an
slower.
exception among exceptions, so don't get your hopes up too much.
Ugh.
There, Mitty.
So that's gotta be her
You're
friend.
exceptional, too. That
Oh,
reminds
that's
me,
terrible.
If a cave raider ever becomes a hollow,
I'm sorry for that.
such a softie.
I like her.
There.
I like her
I'm done
personality.
sketching it. I guess you aren't able to see it after all.
Later. I need to ask what that means exactly.
Because if you,
There's
there are
so much to keep up
times
with. I
when the
just can't
curse
keep calm.
is
But
active,
right now,
then
I
there
need
that
all
means
the
there's
signals saving
times
Rico.
where you can come from the 6th floor too.
This new cartridge is wonderful. I'm very pleased.
Oh, it's the guy from the intro.
I wish you would look happier. It's all thanks to you, after all.
And she's like smaller
Smile
now.
for me. Let us celebrate
Shigaraki.
success of the experiment.
Okay. Nanachi's an so I don't know. Maybe not everything is truth.
Orby? Does Nanachi mean the orb piercer?
Aw, she named him. How sweet. It's like, you know, average Florida man has like their pet crocodile that's not really their pet. It's like, ah, yeah, don't worry about that. That's just salty. Well, that one just wanted to go. Take me. I love the creature design of the Abyss. All this was just to make her breakfast. She could have saved her in a different way. She's just making breakfast now. That sound is so sad. It's also another... I recognize that sound as well.
Alright, I think that's everything.
Sounds like a... like from a dinosaur documentary. Like a baby dinosaur.
Rico!
There we go. Of course. Typical.
If we just leave her soaking in blood and urine, she'll get a rash. Look,
Rash.
she really peed quite a lot.
Rash is probably the lesser problems. An infection, I would think, is the worst.
These water mushrooms are
God,
very
that
acidic.
hand.
But when it looks like their host is finally about to keel over and die, they share their stored up nutrients to revive the host.
Huh. It's kind of
The
cool.
number of shroom bears, she's got a good vein there anyway, so we'll plant them right by her wound.
That's really
That should help
cool.
with the bones healing process as well, but they hurt like crazy when you pull them off.
I think we can work with that. We can work with that.
What are you using the fish and the rest of this stuff for?
That should be obvious.
Breakfast
For my
then.
dinner, of
Okay.
course.
At least I thought the herbs would be for the
Seriously!
Ugh. That's a lot.
Don't make that sad little face.
Are those
Graves.
gravestones?
Are they for
I'll be going now, Liza.
oh, a memory?
What?
I mean, he does have amnesia.
Possible.
It could be that Liza wiped it.
I'm sure
Like
the orb
she wiped
piercer
him.
kicked it away. What is this thing?
Okay, that is in the intro, I think.
You were just standing there staring at a girl's pea-stained clothes.
Huh? I was? No, it's not like that. Nanachi.
That's a lot of gravestones. So she's been burying her fellow.
Great. So you really have become a piece of junk.
She's been burying her fellow raiders ever
You have
since
been
she
through quite a lot.
could, I guess.
That was my voice. And my own memories. Wasn't it?
I'm glad that he picked up on it really
The
quickly.
one mourning for Liza was...
Mourning for Liza. Yeah, it's not gonna be great to come back to seeing.
Was I the one
It's gonna
who
panic
buried her?
again. Unless that's Liza. I think we'll do the final two. I don't know if once again I don't know if we'll do it like one go, because I feel like this series has kind of been surprising me with like the state at how quickly some episodes can be and how like the pacing and all that. But so far, before we get into season 2, we have 12 and 13 and the movie, which by the time this is released on YouTube and Patreon as well, I wanted to for anyone like leaving comments going, oh, this. I'm very sorry, because I'm very proactive, but I'm also very lazy. So I like having like spaced out time to do things. So before I upload even an episode of this on Patreon, let alone YouTube, I'm just binging the first season. I want to finish the first season and the movie before I start uploading on anything, because I want to have like that time, that buffer, in case something goes wrong, in case I go on vacation, in case copyright, anything. If anything goes wrong, I want to have that nice fat buffer so I can do stuff. And then also I need to edit. Like the last episode, I said Kenny and I are watching Amphibia. I need to edit that stuff. Like I'm the only editor on the channel, so basically what I try, if it's possible, I try and get us on a huge backlog, so that way, like, all right, gonna binge edit Made in Abyss, finish all of season 1. That gives me like 2 months. All right, gonna binge edit Amphibia. So that's how I'm doing things. So, but yeah, I'm gonna watch the third movie, because from what I know, after asking my friend and quick Google searches, 1 and 2 are just recaps of the first season, and the third movie is important to watch before the second season. Kind of like Dr. Stone Ryusui. Well, Dr. Stone had a Ryusui special, which I wasn't sure if that was important or not. It was very important. You needed to watch that before season 3. But man, these 2 episodes were, or like that, the first episode 10. Oh my god. I knew this show because like it's Made in Abyss. I don't know anything about it. I just know that it's supposed to be like really intense, scary, horror, Cthulhian. No, Lovecraftian. And so far, like, there's the concepts, the lore, the Abyss is really interesting, but I haven't really seen, or at least in my opinion, like the horror aspects of it. But I think in season 2, I've heard from GIGUK, like, season 2 is supposed to get more into that. But man, that porcupine thing. First of all, what a cool monster. The mouth and like the snot area, the schnoz, really cool design. The quills, the speed, the power, and it's not the intelligence, it's the intuition, which I don't know if, I guess you can define those as 2 different things, but it has extremely good instincts. It's a really cool creature to fight. I liked it a lot. It's one of my favorite creatures of the Abyss, I think, so far, in terms of like challenges and abilities, I guess. I don't know, what other creatures have there been? Like, there's the snake monster, the manta rays, the monkeys. The snake monster's pretty cool, I'll give him that. The snake monster was very cool looking. I don't know, so I guess it's like between designs, between the snake monster and this thing. I feel like we haven't seen too many creatures of the Abyss. Maybe that just could be my memory, but those 2, I think, those are up there. I wrote down that the Abyss is like an ocean. The Abyss is like the ocean in general. Mostly because like that thing that they said, like only 10% of the creatures that live here have been named. It's kind of like the ocean, which I think the Abyss is more or less explored, I think, other than anything past the 6th floor. Do we know? I'm sorry, I know I mean, at least this is close to. Actually, no. I'll read the comments, but please forgive my ignorance. Like I said, this is very pre-recorded, so I might ask these questions in the future. So forgive that. But I will read the comments and I will respond to it. Do we know if there's more than? I think they said like. I don't know. I don't know why I'm thinking 7, but at the very least, there's 6 floors. Do we know if there's anything deeper than the 6th floor, or is that just like as far as people wish to go? Like that's the limit, right? I feel like they said there's like a couple floors under that, but they have no idea what it's up. Anyway, the abyss is a lot like the ocean, especially in that thing of like only 10% of it's been, only 10% of the creatures have been named. That made me think like, yeah, only what 5% of the ocean was it that has been explored? We have no idea what's in the ocean. I think I saw something saying like we have a more clear idea of this infinity of space. Okay, I know space is an infinite. We have more of an idea of what's in the infinity of space than what's in our own ocean, because we have no idea. Like there's certain areas of the ocean we just cannot explore. It's super interesting. I love that kind of stuff. But the abyss just reminded me of that. Just not only the creatures, but I'm not sure if we've even, or like the shows or the people in the show have even realized maybe there's something deeper in the abyss, or what's past the 6th floor. Like, if you get a prize, collect 200, pass go. Super interesting. And then the curse too. I feel like we got a little bit more, or at least me, I got more of a idea of how it's activated. It's by ascension. It's not by descension. It's ascension. And even like the last episode, or like the last week's episode, Rico went up just a little bit. It was an incline. It wasn't even that far up. It was, or at least to me, it didn't look that high up. She went up an incline at a very slow. It wasn't even fast. It was a slow pace, dragging Greg. She was hindered. She was tired, and she was weighed down. Very slow pace. She walked up that slight slope incline. She started hallucinating. He got hit with everything. So Reg's speed going up even further, much faster. Blood everywhere. So it seems that the faster you go up, the more of an effect the curse will have. And in this case, it's semi-worked out, because the poison just blew out of her. For the most part. Not all of it, but like the worst of it, like a good majority of it blew out and it got out of her system. The last, 5 minutes of episode 10? That was hard to watch. That was rough. That was really rough. I feel like the voice actress did a good job. This is a high dive. I believe this is a high dive dub. High dive, if you ever want to hire me as a voice actor, please do. Don't take any offense to this. I don't like high dive dubs. I didn't realize that this was a high dive dub until after I got like halfway through it, and then I realized like, oh wait, shoot, this is streaming on high dive. This is a high dive dub. Oh, I feel like a lot of their dubs are mediocre at best. And like, I don't know, I feel like they just reuse a lot of the same voice actors and actresses, even if their voice doesn't really fit the character. I feel like Rico's voice actress is doing a really good job. Especially, like, maybe my expectations are lower because it's a high dive dub. But especially Rico, I think she's doing, when she was like begging Greg, cut it off, like cut it off, don't leave me and all that. Really good. It's a tough scene to watch. God, I did think for a little bit that she was gonna lose her arm. I was wondering how the show would get around that, in the sense, like, not in the sense of like, oh, how are they gonna save her? I was wondering like, how is she gonna keep climbing? Is Reg gonna build her a robotic arm? Because I mean, like, he is proof that it's possible. Tough watch, tough swallow. Luckily, the bunny was there to save Rico in like her life in general, because like the ascension, if it's supposed to pour out of like every orifice in your body. You cut that arm off. That's a big orifice. It is disgusting, too. Not just the bloating of her arm. It's like it's very effective. It's a very effective visual. The blood pouring out of her eyes, mouth, nose. It's a very good visual. It's a very effective visual. Man. It's a good batch of episodes, but it's a tough swallow. Especially the visuals. This show, I understand. My friend, he said it's definitely it ramps up at the second half of season 1. I feel like the first half of season 1 wasn't slow per chance, or per se. It wasn't slow per se, but it was more slower paced. It's more like happy, fun, adventure, training arc, all that. Whereas I feel like the second half of this is the second half, and I hope moving forward it's going to turn more into survival horror. But we'll have to see. The concepts of this show. I did not think we would go there with Rico. Oh my god. Like, it's probably been the most animated I've been in this show. So, yeah, she kept the arm. A lot of pain, though. A lot of pain. So yeah, the curse is only activated when you ascend, but there is a thing where the curse isn't present, which is interesting. And no one can see it. The only people that can see it are hollows, maybe? Maybe either hollows or creatures of the abyss. Because the creatures of the abyss, like, there's the flying creatures, of course, obviously not affected. So it's either the creatures of the abyss aren't affected, or like they have areas, whereas like, you know, a human would be like a human would go, all right, I can't go, like, in general, like a human's like, if I'm on the 4th floor, if I ascend in the 4th floor, I want to get hit with the effects, let alone if I ascend like all the floors at once. Maybe the creatures are like, all right, this creature is local to the 4th floor, so it can ascend anywhere. It could descend and ascend anywhere on the 4th floor. But if it goes to the 3rd floor, oof. Like the snake thing. That thing. No. Well. Huh. Well, maybe. Okay. Reverse it then. Reverse it, right? So if you're local to the 4th floor, you can ascend up to the 1st floor, maybe. But if you go to the 5th floor and try to ascend, it's not going to work. I think they said somewhere that it's rare for creatures to do that, or creatures have like their floors that they're home to, and they tend not to leave it, except for like the snake thing. The snake thing is local to the 3rd floor, but it can go to the 1st floor, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe it was local on the 1st floor, but it can go to the 3rd. I'm not sure. That's just a quick theory spitball that I'm saying. But maybe the creatures just know when the curse is active or not. So like they can sense, like, okay, I need to go to the 3rd floor, but I can't go now. All right, I can go to the 3rd floor now. And then vice versa, like, all right, I did my thing at the 3rd floor. I'm gonna wait a little bit. Okay, now I can go to the 4th floor. It's safe. So maybe the creatures can see it, and since like hollows are humans that have like lost their humanity, kind of turned into creatures, they can see it too. And it's not. I thought that Nanachi for a second was the norm of hollows, but it seemed they just turned into monsters. I mean, sorry for whoever her friend was, but oh my god. They've lost all of their humanity. They have nothing that makes them intelligent, I guess. They're sentient, maybe. Why don't you describe sentience again? Like, there's two different things. I think sentience is like emotion and feeling, whereas everyone gets AI mixed up with a different term. Like whenever someone goes, "Oh my God, the AI is gaining sentience," no. If it can think for itself, that's a different term. If it can gain feelings, like emotions, then it's sentience. If I'm remembering the terms correctly, I completely forgot what the other term was, but it's very close sounding to sentience. So I guess like the creature loses what we would say, like, yes, that makes you human if you can have emotions. I guess, even though creature like animals are known to have emotions, like elephants are known to get, like dogs got what I think you can see them in the mirror. Maybe not. No. Okay. He's a little off frame. I have 2 dogs right here. They get depressed. They get happy when they see you. Those are emotions. But like we kind of, I guess humanity kind of gatekeeps it. Like, oh, they don't have a IQ score, even though I would say that some animals are probably on average smarter than some people. Anyways, the curse just turns you into a monster. And now, like, this is different. Like, some people might not think about this. Some people not care to think about this. Wonder if the soul is still there, right? So, like, if anyone is familiar with Halo, the Flood. The Flood is terrifying. It's one of my favorite alien forms in video games. I don't really know how to. It's basically this Lovecraftian nightmare of a thing. It's like this octopus. It's like this little octopus hive mind thing. It's like about this, maybe like the average one, like what, this big maybe? Like, it's pretty big. It'll attack you, latch onto you, and if you become infected, you're done for. But the thing is, you don't die. If you're on the brink of death, it'll bring you back to life, or not bring you back to life. It's like what the mushrooms are doing with Rico. It's going to sustain you. It's going to keep you alive. You're the host now. It's the most excruciatingly painful thing. It is canonized. It is known that you feel everything. The Flood will reconstruct your body, and it's not like a mutation in the sense of like, okay, now I'm like that. No, it's like you're gonna feel your bone. Every bone in your body will be shattered and destroyed. You feel it all. You're conscious for all of it. It makes you conscious. It likes. Well, I don't know if it likes your suffering, but it makes sure that you're awake. And then, like, if you die, I think the Flood dies as well. Like the thing dies too. So it needs you alive. So that's why headshots and all that. Excruciating, distressing, terrible, terrifying. Why did I talk about that? Right. So the 6th floor. I wonder if it's kind of like something like that in the sense of like, is the person still alive in there? Or like, if you believe in an afterlife, like the person, like their body is transformed and morphed. And it's just like, it doesn't look. I'm gonna be real. The cat doesn't look like it was the most peaceful transformation, shall we say? So I wonder if like the body just morphs so horrendously. The person just goes into shock and dies, and like it's literally a husk. Like they call them hollows. I guess that works too, but like it's a husk at that point, and it's like alive but not real. It's interesting. Oh, God, I love this. I love the questions of this show. Oh my God. So yeah, that thing is the cat thing is disgusting, and going in from the cat thing to another thing is that Reg had a memory of Liza, and he remembers more. He specifically said, "I remember mourning her." So at the very least, he thinks she's dead. But it could be like she faked her death and she wiped his memory, because he still doesn't have all of his memory, so what happened there? But he remembers mourning her, and he was saying, well, there's nothing in the grave. What's her name? Ozen said that he's like, you kind of repeating her, like, but Ozen said there's nothing in the grave, then why do I remember digging the grave? And it cut to the cat looking over Rico. Is that very heavily implying that the cat is the mom? Or I think the cat is supposed to be the friend that we saw very brief flashback of in the beginning of this episode 11 of Nanachi. Very brief flashback. We saw that like when she was human. I think that's her friend who got transformed into that thing. And Nanachi, she kind of passes. She's like she's a tsundere nurse. She passes on like, yeah, I don't care. Like I did this because I pitied you. Just caring it's her friend. It's the only person she really has down there. Like, even if it's not a person anymore, it's the only thing she's got down there, so she's caring for it. But yeah, I was just thinking, like, with the whole point earlier of saying, like, the flood, and then this, is it just more humane to put them down? Like, how much agony, if they're conscious, how much agony are they in? Yeah, I guess you can't ask them because they can't really talk. They can't really communicate. But like, are they in agony? Are they a different person? Is the person gone? Like, is the soul gone and like replaced by like this new creature? Like, is the person really in there still? And if they are in there, are they suffering? Like, is it agonizing for them? It's so like so many questions. But I think that cat creature is the friend, but I think the show is trying to imply that the mom is no longer human. And then I guess later we'll see if like the mom as a monster remembers the kid and then, or remembers Rico. And then we'll see if like, for sure, if like the person is still inside of the monster. It looks like they're going to go with that idea with the cat person anyway, because it was latched onto Rico, kind of like it was hugging her, keeping her comfort. So I wonder if that's like instinct, but it was looking at her too. Like, the fact that it was looking at her so deeply makes me think it recognizes her. And if it recognizes her, that means fragments, at the very least, of consciousness are still within it. Which means the person's still alive in there, agonizing. Or not agonizing, you know, like they're still conscious in there. They're not dead. So it brings up a lot of questions of morality in that aspect. This series is so interesting. I love talking about this. Oh yeah, kind of like I'm going around everywhere. Sorry, these were two semi-packed. Like one was packed emotionally in the sense of like, oh god, that's disgusting, and the other one was packed with like, I have so many questions now. So it's like double whammy, but I think they bounced very well off of each other. But the curse, if you can see it, then maybe that's a way you can come from the 6th floor. You know, like, oh yeah, the curse. All right, curse isn't present. Quickly go up. You're not going to turn into a monster. Maybe that's what happened with Nanachi. She got super lucky and she was able to make it most of the way out of the 6th floor. But like on the last step, the curse barely activated, and that's why she turned into the. But there is something else. It doesn't seem Nanachi is all that she says to be. Because in her past, Shigaraki, the masked man, actually. I say Shigaraki because he has the hands. But the masked man said the experiments worked. So was she brought back? Maybe she did turn into a monster, a hollow. But this man did experiments on her and she's the only one that survived. Or was she made? I don't know. The series is bringing up so many questions. And now we have the question of the masked man. He's been in the intro. Haven't really paid much attention to him because it's been 11 episodes. It's been 11 episodes. Hasn't shown up. And now it looks like maybe going forward, season 2 could go into that. I think season 1, the rest of it's going to be Rico's recovery, maybe. But I don't know. Maybe Nanachi's lying because maybe she didn't ascend. Something is definitely mysterious about her. Sus, one might say. But I do like her personality. I think I like that teasing. I like her raspy voice too. But that teasing personality, like, oh my, you're too loud. I like her personality a lot. I think she bounces off of Reg really well. Yeah. The questions just keep adding up. What's real? What's not? Is Liza really alive or dead? Is she a monster? Will she recognize Rico if she is? Or will Rico have to live with the knowledge that her mom's a monster and she might have to put her down? Who knows? There's only one way to find out, and that's by checking out the next episode. Now, if you want to check it out right now, you can go over on Patreon, and if I do 12 and 13 separately, they're probably up. If, like, both of them right now, if I do them together, they're probably up. Well, they're most definitely up. And you can see my finale reactions, as well as maybe the movie on Patreon right now. Probably the movie on Patreon right now. And yeah, for those on YouTube, don't worry. It's going to come out next week. And The question is the finale going to give you more questions, or is it going to give you a satisfying answer? And then, I don't know. I feel like the mystery is just going to continue on for as long as the show goes on until the end. But I'm becoming more, with every episode, I'm becoming more and more invested within the lore of the series. So thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. So subscribe, like, comment down below, and if you want to see more reactions while you wait, I've done Gurren Lagann, Darling in the Franxx, Kame ga Kill, Kill la Kill, all by myself. And then with people, Gravity Falls, The Owl House, Amphibia, Attack on Titan, My Hero Academia, and we've done some live action stuff too, so it's not all animation. So just check out our playlist section. I'm sure we've done something that you're like, oh, they've done this, and then you can binge that while you wait for the next episode of Made in Abyss.